Hi, I'm Don Mitchell. Welcome to Business Basics. Today we'll be talking about more ways to reduce investment costs. In this instance, we'll be looking in Lesson 44 at ways to operate as a marketing organization. Let me begin by quoting from the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 6 in the New King James Version. However, if you tell a dream and its interpretation, you shall receive from me gifts, rewards, and great honor. Therefore, tell me the dream and its interpretation. While operating as a marketing organization is a fine way to reduce costs and to increase effectiveness, these benefits are not the focus here. This lesson looks at two ways to operate as a marketing organization that reduce investments. The first alternative is marketing for another organization that provides its own branded offerings to customers. The second is to provide offerings to the organization's own customers by outsourcing all or nearly all non-marketing activities. Why does the first type of marketing organization require little investment? Think of independent insurance agents as an example for such an entity. Most of these organizations are started by one person who works from home. Typically, the insurance company providing the policies will promptly pay commissions and incentives. If the insurance company believes the agency's performance will be good, a monthly retainer might also be paid to finance part of the agency's startup costs. Many offering providers will also pay for required marketing materials in advance of any sales being made. When the offering provider makes such concessions, there are often few investment needs left for the marketing organization to make. An existing computer can usually support the marketing business. If the organization succeeds to the point where it can become a full-time job for someone who needs an away-from-home office, everything else that's required can be rented at a nominal monthly cost. Now let's consider marketing organizations that provide offerings to their own customers through relying on outsourced suppliers. Sara Lee is a consumer goods company that operates in this way. If you want to provide a standard item that many people can use, many outsourced suppliers will be happy to provide what you want in order to order without any investment by your organization. If instead you want to offer a proprietary product that not everyone can use, suppliers may seek payments for tooling, anything else they have to invest in for you that no one else can use. Such unique tooling might include a plastics mold for the exterior of an item with an unusual shape for which you hold the intellectual property rights. If you agree to purchase a minimum quantity of any proprietary offerings that is large enough for the supplier to recoup its startup costs, many suppliers will let you avoid making advance payments for any special tooling or equipment. In such cases, there will usually be a capital or interest charge included in the supplier's price. If well negotiated, the price you pay for the offering should be similar to the actual cost of renting the necessary tooling or equipment by using your own organization's credit. Now that we have the two business models for marketing organizations in mind, let's consider 9 potential causes of increased investments. First would be a long sales cycle. While many offerings are purchased after only a few seconds of thought, larger, more expensive products and services may be bought only after many months or even years of evaluation and consideration. When there's a lengthy time involved and salaried staff members are actively engaged in such sales activities, working capital investments are required to pay for the salespeople's salaries and expenses. Second, a market that needs to be developed from scratch, beginning with basic education. As you can imagine, it's a lot harder to sell a new type of gizmo than it is to sell a widget that everyone already uses and finds to be very valuable. I remember meeting a salesman for a major chemical company's job was to sell its chemicals for totally new applications. After 10 years of educating customers, he had made only 2 small sales. After almost all of his salary, benefits, and expenses for those years represented unsuccessful investments. The same result can occur when marketing for a new industry during a time when the customers aren't yet convinced of the offering's value. Third, extensive investments in a proposal. The proposals for some U.S. government contracts may require providing a stack of information on paper that's taller than a person. In most cases, such proposals will require the expertise of engineers and others with technical skills. The salaries, benefits, and expenses of the technical people are then added to the cost of the salespeople and their expenses to increase the total working capital investments. Such proposals can take a long time to develop, which automatically extends the sales cycle and further increases the size of investments. Fourth, creating a prototype. If you offer something that's pretty unique and difficult to accomplish, potential customers can be concerned about your ability to perform. They may seek to satisfy themselves by testing a prototype. If you don't yet make such an offering, you'll have startup expenses associated with preparing the necessary prototype. For highly technical offerings, such prototypes can cost as much as tens of millions of dollars. Many times, potential customers will make token payments towards the cost of prototypes, but the bulk of the expense will always rest on the seller's or marketing organization's shoulders. If you're a marketing-only organization, then the potential profit benefit would mostly accrue to the offering provider. You may be able to persuade your client organization to bear almost all of the investment burden. Even if your organization gains most of the benefit, suppliers may be willing to pay a substantial portion of the total prototype costs. Fifth, not attracting customers. No matter how brief or how long, easy or difficult, and inexpensive or expensive it is to gain a sale, not selling a prospect involves working capital investments in salaries, benefits, and expenses that are not recovered. Unfortunately, many new salespeople will not succeed. The time, money, and effort that you expended to hire, to supervise, and to pay them end up simply being investments that did not pay off. 6. Offerings being returned without receiving any offsetting contributions from your client organization or your outsourced suppliers. Returns often happen during difficult economic conditions. A customer may buy something and later find out the item isn't needed. If so, the item will be returned for credit. When that happens, you will have money tied up selling, producing, shipping, and storing the item until you can resell it. 7. Customers who don't pay on time. Customers may not pay for a variety of reasons, but not having enough cash on hand is one of the most common. When that happens, you run the risk of never being paid. Organizations that are overly eager to make sales sometimes don't do enough to check out customers' credit or to insist on prompt payment. If the customer doesn't ever pay and the offering you provide is one that has already been consumed, you may not be able to salvage any cash from the transaction. The marketing and any costs provided to provide the offering then become investments that will never pay off for your organization. And then we look at 8, for your client organization or its outsourced suppliers, failing customers so badly the customer cancels the purchase. Unless you are very careful, your client organization or outsourced suppliers may not deliver what you promised the customers. When that happens, a sale may be lost, along with much investment. 9, the client organization you market for or your outsourced suppliers increasing their prices to you more rapidly than the amount that you can raise prices to customers, thereby shrinking your profit margin. This is an old story in many industries that once depended on having many different layers of distribution to deliver offerings from large producers to individual users. Whenever a new distribution channel emerges that's more effective and efficient than having your marketing organization in place, there will be an inevitable profit margin squeeze on your operation. With such a margin squeeze, you may eventually incur losses. Such losses will have to be funded by investment capital. The best way to avoid this problem is by being an innovator and employing new, lower-cost marketing methods. After reviewing these 9 potential causes of investment increases, you may be doubtful about the wisdom of operating as a marketing organization. Consider then the following characteristics that could make a marketing-only organization more attractive. First, proposals are simple, easy, and cheap to prepare. Second, no expensive prototypes need to be developed. Third, sales success rates are high. Fourth, offerings are unlikely to be returned for credit. 5, there's little risk that customers will not pay promptly. 6, your client organization and any outsourced suppliers will find it to be easy to meet customer requirements. And finally, you have substantial cost advantages that competitors are not likely to overcome anytime soon. You can also help ensure your own success in establishing a marketing organization by doing the following 2 things. First, sell offerings with short sales cycles. Second, focus on establishing markets where customers continually need to purchase. So what's the key point about operating as a marketing organization? Redesign your company's business models, methods of operating, use of facilities, ownership of facilities, breadth of product line and offerings to be a marketing organization, and slash the amount of time spent by you and your stakeholders on all investments by 96% compared to what is done now in ways that will help make your organization and stakeholders more successful, profitable, and cash rich. Your assignments are as follows. First, identify the 10 most valuable ways you can operate as a marketing-only organization to eliminate asset investments to provide the most benefits that customers and suppliers want. Second, consider how such changes would affect your other stakeholders. Third, investigate how your company's business models, methods of operating, use of facilities, ownership of facilities, breadth of product line, and offerings could be shifted over time to be even more effective in helping stakeholders in your company to operate with very little investment as a result of your functioning as a marketing-only organization. So I hope you've gotten some interesting ideas and new insights from this, ones you'll be able to apply to many aspects of current operations. So I look forward to speaking with you again soon as we look at more ways to reduce investment intensity. In the meantime, may God bless you, your family, and all you do in the name of Jesus. Goodbye for now. Take care.